What was the most satisfying revenge you've gotten on an ex? I'd been engaged for 7 months. In mid-November, I learned my fiancé Sam had been cheating on me for 6 months. I discovered this by accident. My phone died and I needed to Google something, so I grabbed his iPad, which I hadn't used in a while. Sam has iMessage, so all his messages are synced to the iPad's message app. I saw everything: texts, pictures, videos. I saw it all. His side chick was a mutual friend of ours, Madison, who'd been in our home, had dinner with us, and was even a potential bridesmaid for our wedding. I spent days reading through everything. She was pregnant. He'd also been sending her money from our saving for a bigger apartment fund. I was devastated. I cried so hard, I thought I'd throw up. But what really got me were the things they said about me. They mocked me, ridiculed me, and belittled me. They joked about how I was the oblivious idiot fiancé who was so stupid. Madison would text me, chatting about wedding planning, then screenshot the messages and send them to Sam, laughing about how stupid I was. There was so much more, and far more vicious. I was gobsmacked. Betrayed. I felt like the meanest girls from high school were standing over me, laughing while I cried. But more than anything, I was more confused. Who the bloody hell was this person, pretending to be my Sam? Now I realize I'd only seen one side of him. For 3 years, Madison had actively been pushing Sam to dump me. She suggested he do so the day after Christmas, after we'd returned home from seeing his family. When I read that particular message, something inside me snapped. I've been snickered all my life for being the poor kid in a wealthy school, for being a fat kid and teenager, for being an ugly duckling, for always having older, out-of-date things, for being quiet, for being an unphotogenic teenager. I was not going to be humiliated. Not again, and not like this. So I thought ahead. Sam had been out of town when I discovered the messages, so I had a few days to pull myself together. For the next month and a half, I pretended everything was fine. I was alarmingly good at it. Soon, my feelings toward him hardened until my initial devastation was gone and replaced by nothing. I'd wait until I was alone to read through his iPad, always putting it back in the same position in his bottom drawer. He never suspected anything, and never changed his passcode. I collected the most telling evidence, the most explicit messages, the most vicious ones towards me, the ones mentioning the money, the ultrasound photos. I sent them all to myself and covered my tracks. Christmas comes. We arrived at his parents' house on Christmas morning, with plans to spend the night. I spent the day watching that cheating, mocking, money-laundering scumbag have a lovely Christmas. He kissed me goodnight, and whispered in my ear how much he loved me. The next morning, before we all sat down for breakfast,